Hey guys, welcome back to the next Deli podcast, the seventh podcast, and today we have the Alligators here as a guest.
Hello, everybody.
So today we're going to go over all of the free agents and where we predict them going. So I have a list here that I made. So we're just going to go team by team down the line. So the first free agent we have is wide receiver Antonio Brown Jr. So you want to make your predictions first?
Um, I don't even know who he is. I don't know any team that would want him, but I'm
He's a
gonna go with
90.
a. I know, but I don't know any teams that want wide receivers. But
So
I'm gonna go with. Hmm. I'm gonna take a big guess. I'm gonna go with the Golden Falcons.
the Golden Falcons. All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna guess he resigns.
Maybe, but he wants to go like the Golden Falcons. They're not really. They were the 3 seed, but on paper they don't look that good. But with him, they would definitely be like much better. So I think they need another wide receiver
Yeah, I could see him
because
getting a receiver, but I think they might go smaller.
because other than Devontae David, they don't really have a good wide
And
receiver.
well, they have Derwin, what's his name? Derwin Smith. They have they have that 89 receiver guy, and
They
his
do.
Nate Caben is his Instagram. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Desmond James.
Desmond James, there it is.
But they're both in their 30s, and their
Yep.
third string is a 76, but also in his 30s.
Yeah,
So
so they definitely need a receiver.
they definitely need a youth. I think they trade. Honestly, looking at their team, I know they made the 3rd seed, but I think they should go into rebuild mode because I can't see them competing with this team. I really can't.
Yeah, I think they have the right pieces. They got defensive line is stacked with Ferris. They have Hornish. Um, their defense is really good, and Manziel's a good QB,
Manziel's good, but
and
he's
Derwin's a good running back.
Derwin's decent. Then they have Ray Clark, the wide receiver, who's decent.
He's their rookie. He had a solid year, but he didn't play much though.
Yeah, he's like their 4th string. But yeah, they're just solid, but they're very old.
Yeah, so that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next free agent. We have the athlete and mostly a running back, but he's listed as an athlete in Jabril King, 88 overall. I think he's going on age 26.
He's
What do you
is
think?
an athlete.
Yep.
Is an
Wait.
athlete. That's like a punt returner, kick returner, right?
No, it just means he can play multiple positions.
Oh,
He's a
that's
running back though. It's really his main position.
oh. Hmm. If they become active again, I'm gonna go with the Redcoats, but I can see him resigning for sure.
Yeah, I could see him resigning with the Alamo, but I'm gonna guess he goes to a one of the newer teams. I'll say he goes to the Shires, and they pick up a nice running back, versatile running back with
The
King.
Shires are gonna have a big offseason. Like, I think that 3 teams that are gonna have the best offseason are probably gonna be like the Shires, the Avengers, and the Dragons, because they have like the most cap, I think.
I can also see the Sandstorms coming out and having a great offseason. Even though everyone they have is a free agent, I think they're gonna try to make some moves to at least stay relevant.
I think they should just bring like back their core because their core is a competing like roster. So, but they do need to improve their quarterback situation.
So yeah, and I think Duck's solid enough for at least for now. But now the next free agent we have a less valuable player, but still definitely a solid starter is QB Jeffrey Killa, 81 overall, ex Venom quarterback. This year he was the starting quarterback for the Alamo all year.
He is very young, but I've talked to him. He wants a lot of money, and I can't see people paying that much for him. But if anyone's gonna pay that much for him, someone like that's really desperate for a quarterback, I'm gonna go with probably the Sharks.
The Sharks. Interesting. They do.
Yeah.
Their quarterback is leaving in free agency, or at least is a free
Yeah,
agent.
Kemper Klein. He's
Yeah.
Berkline. He's probably gone.
He's probably gonna go. I would imagine he wants to go to a more of a contender. I'm gonna go with like the Blizzard signing him.
He'd start there, I think.
Yep. Right now they have a young quarterback. I forgot who it
No,
is.
no, right now their roster's absolute garbage.
Yeah, they lose a lot of pieces this offseason because a lot of their team was Burger. So they have Avery Miranda as their starting quarterback, but I'm gonna guess they want to move away from him. And that's the type of team I could see overpaying for a young quarterback because they have the cap room. So
Yeah, they're paying everyone 1 mil per, but I mean they have Chris Utah, who is decent, and Joe Lindsay.
but both are
But
retiring because they're inactive.
oh, that's nice.
So they
So
don't actually
they
get them.
basically have no one. But
Yeah. So they're
they
basically losing everyone this offseason.
yeah, they're basically gonna have to restart from scratch.
Yeah.
But
But I think they'll end up getting Killa. So next on the list we have wide receiver Price Davy, 77 overall. He's a deep threat. Where do you think he's gonna go?
shoot, 77 wide receiver. I'm gonna say he goes to the Flames. He wants to be on a contender, I'm pretty sure. And the Flames, they did lose in the conference championship to me, which was a very good game, I have to say. But he wouldn't start, but I think he would get some good, like, playoff experience, which he needs because like as of right now, he's not gonna get any playoff experience from the Alama.
Alright, I'm gonna guess he goes to the Stars. So if Walker can become active again, because I know he's active on his main account, so I'm gonna try to make sure he gets free agents or tell him to sign free agents. And I think he can be
He
a star.
blocked me, dude. I was trying to like last off season. I was trying to sign him, and he blocked me. That was not
Who,
cool.
Walker?
Yeah.
Ouch. So next
I'm
free agent
guessing.
we
Oh,
have
you
here
can go on.
is quarterback Jacob Judge, 78 overall. I think he's 30, going to year 32 or age 32.
Yeah,
Um,
he is.
Former top 5 overall pick. Really hasn't panned out in his career, but where do you think he's gonna go?
Hmm. I'm gonna say he goes to a team like the Golden Knights or the Marauders to be a backup to either Joe Cam or David Portney.
Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna go be a backup somewhere, and I'm gonna guess he goes to the Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, that's not a good team.
Nope. So he'll be able to compete for a starting job there at least. So
Yeah, that's true.
next player on the list is another quarterback, Alexis Turner, 78 overall. Former Marauder starting quarterback. One most improved one year, I think.
Guess it's I don't know how. I'm gonna say he goes to. I'm gonna say he goes to the Waves.
Waves.
Hmm.
Yeah, I definitely think they're gonna go to a bad team too. I'm gonna go with the. I'll go with the Chiefs.
They're really bad.
Yeah, they're rough.
Yeah.
So next up we have free safety Nazir Carter, 80
Oh, that's.
overall.
Wait. Is that um?
Yeah,
What's his ad?
that's Jalen Ramsey's SL. Carter.
Oh, then I definitely see him re-signing.
See him resigning. I
Yeah.
believe he is on. Oh, he's on your team.
Yeah, he's on my team, so I can definitely see him re-signing with us.
Yeah,
Cause he,
I could probably see him resigning too. Would make sense.
yeah, he'll be a starter.
So next on the list, so this is your team, the section that we're
Hmm.
on now. Tyler Alexander, quarterback, 78.
Uh, that I definitely. I think he wants to resign, but I don't want to resign him. So I can see him going to like. He's not very good, so I can see him going to maybe like the Express to be like a helper or like to help
Mentor Gwen Walker.
mentor Gwen Walker.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually go with a similar situation there. I think he's gonna go to the Dogs and help mentor Jacob Stevens.
Hmm.
Um,
That's a good prediction.
so next on the list we have Fletcher Davy, defensive tackle.
Uh, I can see him retiring. I don't think he's gonna sign. I think he retires.
You think he retires? I'm gonna guess Fletcher Davy goes to the Shires. That's where he played most of his career. So I think he might
Yeah.
return there and finish his career there.
hmm
So next on the list we have Maddox Carter, linebacker.
uh, well, I don't. I, I'm not gonna answer where I'm going. It's a secret.
Oh, you already know.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know.
Well, I know when I made my little prediction post, I think I put the Dragons, and you said you're not going to the
Yeah,
Dragons.
I'm definitely not going to the
So I'll
Dragons.
go with the Avengers then.
You might be right.
Then next we have a linebacker, Mason King, 82 overall.
I don't even know if he has a owner. I've never
Yeah, he does.
been told.
He's the Shamrocks guy.
Oh, that's Shamrocks.
Yeah,
Oh, then
that's his pass rusher.
he's definitely not re-signing with me.
Oof. So where do you think he's gonna end up?
I don't know because I really want him because I need linebackers. But
He's a good edge rusher. I think he had like 7 sacks this year ish. So
yeah, but he doesn't like to go to bad teams. I can see him going to the I can see him going to the missions definitely.
yeah, I think he's gonna go to the Canines.
Maybe they're not much active anymore.
Yeah, but I feel like that even if they're not active, King might want to at least have a few of his players on that team because he's been a lot of his best players were with that team. So
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
next up on the list we have wide receiver Diego Harlem, 79 overall.
Uh, he he'll resign. He wanted to sign a 1-year deal with me last offseason, but he has expressed interest in re-signing with us. So he'll probably resign.
I'm gonna guess that he ends up going to a worse team to be more of a star. So I'm gonna put the Blizzards down.
That's a good prediction, Mr. Chris.
Next we have another one of your wide receivers, Phil Swift.
He's a free agent?
Yeah.
It says 2 years. No. I thought he signed for 2 years last year.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
2 years, 2 mil per. He's not a free agent.
Then I will look into that. I don't know why I have him down then. Next is defensive tackle James Derwin of the Avengers.
Where is he?
He's 82 DT Avengers.
James. He's very young. He has potential.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I would like to have him on a team, he's gonna stay.
Think he's gonna resign? Yeah, I'm gonna guess he resigns too. Next up, we have another middle linebacker and Toby Coble.
I'm gonna say he goes to the Sandstorm to replace their old one, Michael Lawson.
Nice. I'm gonna guess that. What did I predict him? I posted this. Let me check that real quick. I put Sandstorms too, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with that and guess he goes to the Sandstorms. I think that's a good fit. I know Sandstorms want to try to make a splash in free agency. So next up,
Yeah.
we have another Avengers wide receiver in Ezekiel Thomas.
I'm gonna guess he goes to the Elks. I think the Elks, like, they have high hopes this free agency. I think they strike out. So, like, after everyone signs, I think they're gonna have to try to get some of the low players. So I think they're gonna grab Ezekiel Thomas for like a cheap 1-year deal.
Nice. I'm gonna go. I think Ezekiel's gonna re-sign with the Avengers.
He would start. They have a weak wide receiver core for sure.
Yeah, and I do think the Avengers are gonna try to pick up a big receiver, but I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Oh, wait, they have Ludwin's a 95. Jeez.
Yeah, they have Ludwin, but besides Ludwin, they're kind of rough. I think they have Latavius Henry, right? But he's been kind of inactive, and Ezekiel Thomas is active, so.
Yeah.
Next up on the list we have running back Nicky Carter, 80 overall. I think we're on the Bears.
On the Bears, Nicky Carter. Is that also Jalen Ramsey?
Yep.
I could see him going to a team like the Chiefs to start, but no one's going to the Bears. The Bears are utterworldly horrible.
I'm gonna actually guess that he does re-sign with the Bears.
The
In
Bears aren't even active anymore. They can't offer
it's
anyone if
it's
they're not
uh it's
active.
Donald Duck's team. He's just not active
Uh,
on that account.
he's not active on
I know he's
Ducks
active
anymore.
on his personal. So,
So I don't think he'll sign anyone.
next up on the list we have quarterback Devon Tarter, 78 overall, brother of Jacob.
He plays for the Bears.
hmm
Where is he? Tarter. I don't even see him.
I think he's on the Bears. Maybe he might be on the next team listed, but I think it's the Bears. I'm
Oh,
not on
there
the
he
sheet.
is. Yeah, Tarter.
I'm gonna go with he re-signs with the Bears, at least.
No, he's a backup, isn't he?
No, he starts for them.
I thought what's his name? Ball was starting.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, they did start Ball.
Wait, they didn't even have Ball on the roster. What the hell?
Oh, it's just not updated then. But yeah, Ball is their starter. That's right.
Yeah, I I I see him
I still think he'll resign.
re-signing. Yeah, I agree.
Next up on the list we have a string of 70s, which is always fun. Offensive guard Colt Long,
That's so long. Gyro Falcons.
Jara Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess he re-signs with the Bears too.
Good prediction.
Next up we have wide receiver Chris Givens, 74 overall.
Chris Givens.
That's a
Where is he?
Deli dot bunch of players.
Oh, that's Sharks.
You think he's
I
gonna
can
sign there, or
I can honestly see us getting him, but uh, I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna guess a team like the Canines or the Shamrocks.
I'm gonna go with the Venom.
No
As
one's going to the Venom. The Venom are complete, other than his own player, which is kind of bold. But
well, I have to approve a contract then.
yeah, doesn't it have to be like at least over 10 mil per?
No, I just have to approve it. But for a 90 overall, yeah, it has to be like. He got 19 mil per year with the Nightcrawlers, so I'm gonna say probably should be 20 mil then, if that's what he got. So
He'll sign him. That'll be his only free. I've actually heard rumors that he's rumored to be going to the Avengers. I'm not I'm not sure on that. That's just a rumor, but I have heard rumors.
that'd be interesting. That'd be a solid signing.
It would be. The Avengers are going to be really good next year.
So the next up we have a string of quarterbacks here. So we'll start with the first one. I think this is the Blizzard, and that's quarterback Francis Keller.
Does he play for the Bears?
No, he plays for the Blizzards, I think.
Oh, Blizzards.
He might have been their
Francis.
starter last year. Yeah, I think
Where's
that he's the Missions.
Francis Keller? Let me find him.
He's a 73 quarterback.
I do not see him on the roster. He is not on the roster. I think he made a mistake, Chris.
Then he's on the Blizzards. Who's right after the Bears? Or maybe he's on the Bears.
No, well, Francis Keller.
He's a 73.
Is he on the Chiefs?
Who's after the Bears alphabetical order?
That's a Blizzard, but I checked the Blizzard.
You sure he's not
And
there?
let me recheck. Like his last name's like Helen Keller, right?
Yeah, Keller.
Oh, I'm retarded. I passed right. Yeah, he's on here. My bad.
So I think he's gonna resign. And yeah, I think he'll resign.
No. He's gonna go to actually. Yeah. He resigns on a big contract. They're gonna definitely overpay for him because the Blizzard are kind of retarded. But actually, that's a
Oof.
mean word to use. They're kind of not smart. So I don't. They're gonna overpay for him.
Hmm. Interesting. Next, we have quarterback Andrew Luck, 75 overall.
Where is he?
Um, I don't think he might be on the Dimes, but I think he's on the Blizzard too. I don't know. Or if there's a team in between the Blizzard and the Dimes, he's on that team.
Uh, I'm gonna say he resigns.
Say he resigns. I'm gonna say he goes to the Dragons to be a backup to Wick. Next up,
Yeah.
we have one of the probably the better quarterbacks in this year's class of free agents, which is Jack Martello of the Dimes.
Oh, we're on the dimes now.
Yep.
Martello.
Mhm.
That's the best quarter.
Yeah.
The
It's
quarterback class is lacking.
Yep. I think he's up there because of his
But
age. He's probably the best one. Yeah.
yeah, but like I know him, he's very active because his like Ricky Martello is very good, but he does want to start. If I remember right, I thought he requested a trade from the Dimes. I'm
Yep.
pretty
Because he
sure.
lost the starting job, so he wanted to get traded.
Yeah, but I can see him going to the shoot, maybe the Blizzard or the Marauders because I've heard word that Joe Cam is unhappy with the situation. Again, that's another rumor, but that's what I've heard.
That'd be interesting if he went to the Marauders to start. But I'm gonna
That
go with he
would.
ends up what bad teams are there? I could see him becoming like a member of the Chiefs.
Who's the Chiefs starting quarterback?
It beats me. Flash DDG, but he's retiring.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he was an ex Marauder quarterback actually. He lost the job to Alexis Turner, who we already went over in this video.
Yeah,
So next, one of the other probably more highly anticipated young guys in the league, we have K. Andre Long.
linebacker. That's a player I'd want, but I'm going to say Sandstorm.
Sandstones. I'm gonna say he ends up re-signing with the Dimes, because that's where
Yeah.
David Long Jr. played most of his career. So I think he might want to keep that trend up and just keep him in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Next up, we have defensive tackle Travis Beals.
Travis Beals.
I think next team, not the Dimes.
No, he's on the Dimes.
He is. Oh,
Yeah, 2480 overall.
yep.
I'm going to say the Golden Falcons to be a 1-2 defensive tackle combo with Steve Gonzalez.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna say he ends up going to the Canines.
That'd be a good signing for them.
Yeah, because they definitely need defensive tackle. Being that I think Guerrero plans to leave, so
Wait, that's Berger. So he's going to be inactive.
yeah, probably. But if he isn't inactive,
Yeah, that'd be a
also
good signing.
assuming. So next we have an offensive tackle, Jason Vines.
Hmm. I'm going to say Copperheads, maybe?
I could see that. That'd be an interesting signing there. I'll go with the Gyre Falcons because they really need offensive line
They
besides center.
do. Yeah. Oh, they have the 99.
Yeah, they have the 99
Brian.
center, but besides him, it's a rough unit. I think they have 88 Kevin Arnett, which is solid, but
Yeah, they do. He's decent.
they need tackles really bad. So
Yeah.
Vines would,
Because they have a guard and a center.
yeah, that's like their whole. So next we have one of the top free agents in the entire class, offensive tackle Dean Davylund.
Shoot. Where is he?
He should be on the Dragons right now.
Dean, I see him. Uh, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say he resigns.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him re-signing too.
Because the Dragons, they do have a decent core right now,
Yeah, they
but
definitely have. They show promise. They got a nice young quarterback.
they have a nice young running back in Bryce Love,
Yup, a lot of. I think they have two good receivers, right? That are both young as well.
Calvin Moreno, Tracy Hogue.
Yeah, so
Wait, I thought isn't Jeffrey Killer on another team?
yeah, there's a few duplicated players that like didn't get transferred over right when the Coes did trades, but he's not on the Dragons right now. He was on the Alamo.
The, the Coves do not know how to do rosters. That's why I have like 80 players on my team, and 30 of them aren't even there.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes in the online rosters that I noticed when I was going retiring players.
Yeah, but uh, yeah, I see him signing with the Dragons. They have a decent core, and I'm projecting them to get a couple of big free agents.
Yeah, I think they're hit pretty big in free agency. Next we have cornerback AC Lowry.
I'm gonna say Golden Knights because I'm pretty sure Jalen Ramsey's definitely not re-signing
So
with him.
he's gonna be the replacement.
Well, he's not gonna be the replacement, but he's gonna be there to kind of just be a. I don't know how to say it. He's not gonna replace him because there's a big skill difference between them. But like he's gonna try and replace him.
He's gonna try to lock down the fort until they can get a better one.
Yeah, basically.
I'll go with AC Lowry ends up on the dimes.
That'd be a good signing for the
It's
Dimes.
a nice solid young player to add to their young core. Nice rebuilding
Or
move.
or maybe re-sign with the Dragons, but I'm
I can
not
see that
sure.
too, but I think they're gonna try to go after some big names. I think they might get some better replacements.
Oh, they're gonna. I don't know. Other than Jalen Ramsey, I'm pretty sure this cornerback class is kind of lacking.
Um, I'm trying to remember. I think it's solid. Well, we'll see.
It,
I can check it over real quick. We have no. This is a really actually stacked cornerback group.
oh, it is.
Yeah, because we have Chase Gonzalez later on to talk about.
Isn't he? He's on the Canines. He's gonna be traded.
Yeah, no, he's a free agent, so
Oh, he is.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So for who's next? Wide receiver Mike Thomas, 75.
Re-signing.
Yeah, I think he's gonna resign with the Dragons too. Nice depth receiver there. Nice young guy to add to their core.
Mm-hmm.
Next up we have fullback Kyle Hansen, 82.
I say, I'm gonna say a very bold one. I say he retires.
He retires.
I'm gonna. That's a very bold statement, but I'm gonna stick to it. I think he retires.
I'm gonna guess he goes to the Avengers. I know they're trying to make some big splashes, and he's been one of the best rushing fullbacks since coming into the league. So you can definitely
I'm
see
gonna
it.
get. I'm gonna guess he's gonna go to. Actually, I'm gonna guess he goes to Avengers on a 6-year, $360 million deal.
Hmm?
Because they like overpaying
They
players.
do like overpaying players for sure.
Who's next?
Next up is
Landon Martin, I think.
nope. I skipped over like the really bad ones or the ones who are retiring, and he is definitely retiring.
Uh,
Quarterback Elena Hogue, 72 overall.
I thought he was on my team.
Is he?
See,
I don't
um,
know. Oh,
I signed him last year.
then I guess
Well,
it didn't get
he's a
updated.
yeah, he's a murderer. First off,
He is? Oh, that's
yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, he killed like what's his name last year. He like Baxton Bitliff.
Oh yeah, Baxter Bintliff. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of the dogs. He was gonna be so good too, and now he's dead. Rip.
rest in
He was
peace.
supposed to be good.
But I'm gonna say the Express.
The Express. I could
Just to
definitely
be a
see that.
nice backup.
I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Golden Knights because they love to get every hogue there is.
Yeah, they like the whole.
Next up, there's quarterback Katie and Ryder.
Is he on
I think he's on the same team as Hogue.
the L?
Yep,
What's his name again?
Katie and Ryder.
Ryder. Uh oh, 72. Well, he's basically irrelevant. He's just 72. So he's gonna go to a relevant team like the Sandstorm or the Missions.
I guess he goes to the
So
Gyre Falcons to replace
I'm,
his brother as the quarterback or as
yeah,
a
I'm just
backup.
playing. They're not irrelevant. They're good teams, but actually, I'm gonna go with the Jara Falcons as well.
Next up, we got safety Jay Johnson,
Jay.
81.
Uh, definitely. I'm definitely gonna go with Missions.
Missions.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm like really positive he's gonna go there.
I'm gonna go with Sandstorms to replace another free agent, Dayron Madison, who I think is gonna leave.
Yeah,
So next up, we have offensive guard Hardy Miranda, 81.
he's inactive, so he'll get retired.
Yeah, I think he's gonna probably end up getting retired too. But next up,
You
we have
never
middle
know.
linebacker Michael Lawson.
Uh, I'm not. Mm, I don't want to be biased, but I really do think he's gonna sign here. I really do think.
I can see that. That'd be a solid signing. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with he. I'm gonna go with he resigns with the Elks. Wait, what did I put? I actually made a prediction on this one. What did I put? I put Elks. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I think he's gonna resign with the Elks.
Maybe, but he wants to be on a he hates the good teams. I don't know why.
Because I think he wants to be a star, and he was a pretty one of the stars this year defensively. He was in the Defensive Player of the Year race, but
Yeah. I was surprised about the defensive player of the year race, and I think everyone else too,
yeah,
because like
it was the
everyone
first
was
time in a
saying,
while that Kane, Griffin, or Long Jr. didn't win.
no, everyone was saying how Luke or one of the co-owners players was going to win it, either Pat Bob or Luke Castle, and I was like, okay, well Venom Dick rides Luke Castle, so it's probably going to be him. But when you said Chase Gonzalez, I was like, who?
And he
Because like
also won the most active award.
he did. Because I didn't mean like I didn't think it was irrelevant, but just it was a name I've never heard of.
Oh, he's won a few championships. He
With the
he was
canines, right?
mentored by Tanner Panda. Then he himself mentored Jalen Swift, a player on this list later too. He's also a free agent. So
Ooh, is
yeah,
that canines as well?
yeah, all three of the Canine's cornerbacks, all 82 plus. One's a 90, one's a 97, and they're all free agents.
Wait, is canines Gonzalez?
Can't no Gonzalez is on the Canines.
Oh, okay.
So next up we have where's the right tackle Terry Boston.
I'm gonna say he resigns with them.
Nice. I'm gonna say he goes to the Dogs, and they're gonna try to build up a nice offensive line around their quarterback of the future, or their hopeful quarterback of the future.
Jacob Stevens, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he won Rookie of the Year. He's good, or not Rookie of the Year, Most Improved.
Yep. He was Rookie of the Year too.
Oh,
He won.
yeah, he's good.
Next up, wide receiver William Black.
Oh, he's a free agent.
He is, and I think he's gonna get a huge contract. I expect someone to give him a mega deal.
Yeah, I was talking to him. So, but shoot, I'm gonna say he re-signed with the Express because the Express give him 20 plus mil.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess he resigns too. I think he likes it there. They've been a good fit to this point, and
He does like it there.
I think
I'm
they're
pretty
both
sure.
gonna wanna mutually stay. But I know he has a lot of young friends in the league that are
Yeah,
like rookie quarterbacks and stuff. So maybe he teams up with one of them. I could definitely see that too. But I don't see him going to a contender.
I I can see him going to a lot of teams, but I'm gonna say either he stays. Well, actually, I'm just gonna say he stays.
Yeah, I could see him having a big market. A lot of teams I think will go after him.
Yeah, he will be definitely He's gonna be like Maddox Carter. He's not one of the big name ones, but he's a like a really good dud young guy. So he'll definitely get a bunch of offers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that he'll be one of the most highly wanted role players. Next up,
Yeah.
we have middle linebacker Ben Bishop III, 85 overall. The young
Ben
middle
Bish
linebacker on the market. It's a stacked
is
middle
he on the
linebacker.
is he on the Flames?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say he resigns for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna guess too. They've been a really good fit to this point. Ben Bishop really broke out when he left London and went to Atlanta, so I'm gonna stick with him staying with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Next up on the list is another middle linebacker, Tatum Turner, and he's a 74 overall.
He's inactive.
No, he's not. That's Jiggles.
I know he's inactive.
Jiggles is inactive.
Yeah.
He DM'd me like 2 days ago.
Oh, for real?
I think so. I mean, I
He
could
hasn't
check.
DM'd me in like a month.
Yeah, Jiggles is active. He has like 50 accounts, but his main one's the Jiggles one. I'll check right now.
Uh, I'm gonna say. Well, he's a backup. I'm gonna say he goes to the Dogs.
The Dogs.
Hmm.
I like that fit. I'm gonna say he goes to. No, I'll say he resigns with the Flames.
Yeah.
Next up, we have tight end George Kittle Jr., 84 overall.
I'm gonna say he's gonna re-sign, but get traded pretty quickly.
Interesting. I'm gonna say he signs with what teams need tight ends.
Golden Knights, maybe.
I could see him going to the Golden Knights. No, I'm gonna say he goes to the Missions and replaces Paris.
Yeah.
Next up we have kicker Fred Smith, 89, one of the best kickers of all time.
Uh, I'm gonna say he ends his illustrious career or re-signs with the Flames for maybe a year.
I'm gonna say he resigns, or not resigns, but signs with the Venom and ends his career back where he started it.
Deli, do you not get that no one wants to play for the Venom?
I think he does. I think he wants to end his career where he started it.
Maybe,
He was
but
a long time Venom. He was
yeah,
part of that. That was like one of the best kicker, punter, fullback groups like that could have possibly happened, and they just stayed together for like 5 years. Not with this owner, with a different owner, but still.
yeah.
So next up we have offensive guard Chad Hyatt, 82 overall.
Chad Height. He's on the Golden Falcon,
Yep.
right? All right, let me find him. I went to the Golden Knights. Oops. Chad Height.
Yep.
Where is he?
Golden Falcons, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Chad Height. That's whose account is that? Who owns that?
I think Davey, right?
Oh, he's in his prime, so he's just average, but I could honestly see him getting pretty big money from a team that's like desperate to protect their quarterback. So if they ever get active again, I'm gonna say the Bears.
I like that. I like that signing. I could see the Bears definitely too. I'll go with the Shires though. I know
Yeah,
they want to protect Alan Carter, which is also you, but I know they want to try to build around the quarterback, so I think they're going to try to pick up some
yeah,
offensive linemen.
I can definitely see that.
Next up, we have cornerback Isaac Carter, which is you.
I already re-signed with the Golden
Oh, you're
Falcons.
right. 2 years, $6 million, right?
Yeah.
So next up, we have one of the biggest names. We have back-to-back two of the biggest names in free agency. So first off, let's start with Devontae David.
Well, he likes money, but
He
no
does.
one's gonna pay for a 32-year-old wide receiver. Like they're paying 16 mil per. No one's gonna pay that unless you're extremely desperate for a wide receiver. Because like I'm not saying he's not good, but like you gotta be like Tyler Mastergood to get 16 mil as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say has he ever won it all before?
No, he's never won a championship.
Then I'm gonna say the Missions.
Missions. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say he ends up with where he started his career with, and he's gonna go back to the Pandas.
Oh, he was drafted by the Panda.
Yup, I think he
I,
won offensive rookie of the year as a
I,
low round pick.
yeah, I can see that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Next up, we have one of the more highly touted players in this class as well, cornerback Jalen Ramsey Jr. Where do you think he heads?
Uh, do do you want me to tell where I want him to head?
Well, I'm
I
guessing you want
think
him to
he,
head to you. Where do you think
yeah.
he'll end up?
Uh, shoot, I honestly don't know. I'm gonna go with the Elks.
The Elks? Interesting.
Actually, no, the Dragons.
Dragons? That'd
Yeah,
be a fun signing.
it
I'm
would
gonna
be.
guess he actually re-signs with the Golden Knights though. I think he's proud
I
of the success of the team this year, and he's gonna want to continue to build off of it.
I hope I don't I don't think he will, but like if they win the Deli Bowl, which I'm praying they don't, like I'm really praying they don't, I can see him resigning. But if they lose, which again I hope they do, I definitely see him going somewhere that's not as good to try to like he's gonna be like Michael Lawson basically. He wants to go to he's gonna go from a title contending team, a team that like he wants to be the main person to help bring them from the ground up.
Yeah, I could see the Elks. That wouldn't be that crazy. Next up, running back, 81 overall, Christopher Miller.
Well, he's not really good. I believe he was a high draft pick. Am I right?
I think he was mid tier, but he at one point was being paid 30 million a season. He signed a 3-year, $90 million contract with the Copperheads a few years
with
back.
with who?
The Copperheads. So, and he didn't even start there. It was a rough signing.
uh, I'm gonna say he goes to the Express on a cheap 2-year deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he probably goes to one of those bad teams. I'm gonna say he signs with like the Mad Dogs, just so
I
he
can
could
see
like
that.
star, because he wants to be a star. I think. I would sure hope he's getting paid 30 million.
Yeah.
Next up we have defensive end Raekwon Millins.
I don't know if you know him very well. He likes money
He
a
does
lot
love money. I do know that.
because old Gators paid him like 30 mil per, so I had to get that contract out of there. But he really loves money. He is probably top three defensive end in the league. I would say just because of
Yeah.
how his age and how dominant he is. So I'm gonna go with the Dragons. They're gonna overpay, probably 20 plus per. But I could definitely see him going to the Dragons because the Dragons are like they want to compete and they want to compete now. So they're gonna go out this offseason and get some really good.
Yeah, I could definitely see the Giants. I'm gonna go with another team that I think is gonna try to go hard this offseason and overpay people. I could see him getting like 25 million a year for like 6 years. I'm gonna go with the Pandas. I know they want to make a splash in free agency, so this would be a
I
pretty good move.
I cannot see him going to the Pandas, but last time I say someone definitely won't. I'm speaking about Jacob Tarter to the Elks. He went there like 15 minutes after, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Next up we have wide receiver Andy Knight.
Andy Knight. Uh, oh, that's him. Yeah, I'm gonna say he goes to the Gyro Falcon.
Gyro Falcons. Nice. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say he goes to the. I'm gonna say he re-signs with the Golden Knights.
I wonder if you're gonna predict any of them to go to my place.
I will once we get to someone who I think will.
Yeah, maybe.
Next up we have running back Bodie McCombs, 85 overall.
Oh, jeez, he's old.
He is old. One of the best receiving backs in league history, though.
Oh, so he's like Matt Forte,
Yeah.
or yeah. I'm gonna say I believe he started his career as a wave. You
Nope. He went.
am I?
He started his career with the Monarchs.
Oh, then he definitely never signed there. But I'm pretty sure he played for the Waves.
He might have, but not for long. He was
Yeah,
mostly a Monarch for most, like almost his whole career.
I don't see him going. Actually,
Yeah, that's
I'm
where
gonna
I think
connect
he's
to
gonna go. I think he's
the
gonna return.
Monarchs.
Yeah, because they just relocated back to London, so he's gonna go there
I can see it.
and join his brother in London.
Yeah, I can. Wait, I thought
Baxter
no.
McCombs, the tight end.
Monarchs are in Lublin. Monarchs are in Dublin.
Yep, they relocated back.
So there's two teams in London.
Yep, the Redcoats and
Oh,
Monarchs.
I got so confused because Shamrocks kept saying this player and that player to London. I was like, why are you projecting every player to go to the Redcoats? I was so confused.
Yeah, I think London's gonna try to make a splash this year. Their team is a little rough. I don't.
Yeah,
They were
I
one
don't
of
know
the
how they've
probably
been
the
that
worst
good.
playoff teams last year, and then they got killed in the first round. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting to see what happens with them.
they were bad.
Yeah, Charlie Thomas was a good pickup though as a quarterback. I don't know if he's the
He,
answer, but he is definitely a good piece to have.
I see him being really good.
I
Like,
could definitely see him being really good, but I don't know if he would have been the quarterback I would have gone after losing
n-
Booker. I wouldn't have traded
no.
Booker to be fair, but they did.
I'm glad they traded Booker.
Oh, I wonder why. So next up we have middle linebacker Trevor Watson.
Isn't that big bus that the Avengers took?
Um, no,
Was it? No,
that's
that was
Jack.
Eli.
That was Jack Ledbetter.
No, that was Eli Watson, wasn't it?
Oh, Elijah Watson. Yeah, he was a
Or
bust too.
Elijah. Yeah. Ooh, shoot.
He
I'm
was a
gonna
rookie of the year
say.
though, but he
Oh,
didn't pan out. Yeah, no.
um,
I
and
actually
that
forced retired him.
wasn't Tartar picked right after him?
Yep.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
I'm gonna go with he resigns.
Um, I'm gonna actually say he goes to the Avengers.
Mm, I can I can see it. Yeah.
Solid middle linebacker to pick up and replace Coble with. I think it'll be.
Yeah.
Next up, center Jake Hansen.
Well, he's an alignment, not a center.
Yeah, but his main position is center on the O line
Then why don't you put it as center? I
because he
don't get
wanted
it.
to list this offensive line.
That makes sense. Well, he's young and he's good, so he's gonna get it back season.
Yeah,
A team that's desperate for offensive linemen is the Gyro Falcons, so I'm gonna say he goes there on a big contract.
I'm gonna guess he ends up with the who needs a center. I'll say he goes to the Alamo.
They do need offensive linemen because they're losing Eric
Yep.
Alberts.
So I'll go with them. Next up we have Edge Dante King, 78 overall. Former first round pick by the Mad Dogs, I believe.
He's on the
Gyro
there he
Falcons
is.
now.
Oh, he's a rookie.
No, he's going into his third year.
Oh, it says 20 years old.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I had to update that, I think. But he is
he
22.
he's gonna resign. He wants to win.
Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna stay in Reykjavik. Next up, offensive guard Roderick Hanna, 88 overall. He's a must resign for the Gyro Falcons, but I don't know
I'm
if he's
sorry.
gonna.
Can you repeat that, sir?
Offensive guard Roderick Hanna, 88 overall.
Uh, I think he does resign.
I think the Gyro Falcons are gonna try really hard to make him resign, but I don't think they're gonna get him. I have a feeling he's gonna go to a more present contender. So I'm gonna say he goes to the Golden Knights.
Oh, or I hope. Actually, I don't know. That would be a good signing, though.
Next up, safety Xavier Fitz, 88 overall.
Oh, he's good. I've never heard of him though.
Yeah,
It's a team that
he's
needs
been
a
a
safety.
Shires and Gyro Falcons his whole career.
I'm gonna say he goes to the Avengers.
Avengers. Um, I'm gonna say he goes to the Pandas. I like the Pandas
Okay,
have signed some big names.
I I can see him signing him, but I don't see the Pandas overall. having that big of a off season.
Next up, we have inside linebacker Billy Long.
Billy Long, that's Caden, right?
Yeah, and that
I
whole
can. Oh,
Longs.
he's definitely resigning. He loves the Gyro Falcons.
Yeah, I think he's gonna resign too.
Yeah, he'll probably resign for like no money.
Yeah, he'll resign for
He,
like a cheap contract. Make
yeah,
sure that
definitely.
David Long Jr. gets to keep the bag.
Yeah, or Wilbert Long.
Yep. Next up, potentially, so asterisks here. I know Ricky Martello is trying to become a free agent, so it might Ricky Martello might end up being a free agent. So we'll put him on
Uh,
this list.
I don't
96
want to be
overall, wide
I don't
receiver.
want to be biased here, but that's shoot.
What?
I'm trying not to be biased because like think I don't know. I'm gonna say he goes to the
To the where?
Shires.
Shires. I'm gonna go with he makes a return to the team he spent his whole beginning of his career with and go back to the Alamo.
That'd be a good signing by them.
Next up, we have running back Kevin Harrison, 86 overall, young stud.
I'm gonna go with anybody but us,
Why not
cause
you?
like, oh, he absolutely hates us. Like he hates our guts.
Oh,
That yeah. If you were to saw our DMs, he really hates.
that's not good.
No, that's fine. Is he a rookie? 86.
No, he's not. He's third year guy. So
Oh,
he's
you need
going
to
into his
update
third
the
year.
roster.
Yeah, I know it's the age was wrong there too. I fixed it in the new
That's
ones.
right.
So I think I would love to say he goes back to the Gyro Falcons, but I don't think he's gonna.
He played. I thought he played on the Redcoats. I swear he was a Redcoat.
Yeah, he's listed on two teams, on the Gyro Falcons and the Redcoats. So
That's weird.
because of that confusion, I'm gonna say he goes to neither of those teams, and I'm gonna say he ends up with the Dogs.
Maybe because I don't like. He's not starting in London.
Yeah, no, he's behind. Well, Millions is taking the year off now, but I don't think he's gonna go to London.
No, I don't know how he made the All Star game with not starting last year.
A lot of votes, I think. It was the whole voting thing. I don't know.
The voting that was stupid. I think you should pick them and not
Well, we're probably just not
the
gonna do an
league.
All-Star game. It takes too long to like make and everything.
It's
Next
not
up,
that long.
we have offensive tackle Walter King, another must resign for the Gyro Falcons.
I hmm, is that Shamrocks?
Yep,
I'll see him resigning. Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up going to a different team. Where do I think he'll go? A lot of potential things that I could definitely see he places he tries to go because he's the type of guy he likes to win or he likes to be on a rebuilding team. So I'm gonna say he goes to the Dimes.
That's a possibility, sir.
And next up, quarterback John Hook.
Um, huh. Is he on the Gyro Falcons?
Yeah, he's their quarterback or their backup quarterback, but still.
And his last name is Hook?
Mhm.
Oh, there he is. Uh, I'm gonna go. He goes plays overseas in some D2 league in China.
Interesting prediction. I'm gonna go with he resigns. Um, next up, running back Davis Marshall, 82
Uh,
overall.
never heard of him. He's gonna be the Venom's only signing, and the Venom are gonna be like, oh my god, it's off season probably.
I'm gonna go with he resigns with the Gyro Falcons as well.
Oh, is he starting for them?
He is now that they're gonna lose Harrison. So he was
Oh,
picked in
yuck.
the same draft class. I think they might have been back-to-back picks, but they were both the same draft class. Gyro Falcons took both running backs.
Not a smart move, but
Next up, defensive end Bobby Thomas.
hmm. I'm gonna go with shoot. I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Nightcrawlers.
Nightcrawlers.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I'm gonna say he goes to the Express.
That would be a very good sign. by them, and I can definitely see it.
Next up, we have the top kicker in free agency, which is Jacob Kicker, the 94 overall.
He's on a canines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him resigning.
Yeah, I think he's going to resign. I think he wants to be a canine for life. So,
Yeah.
and guess he resigns. Next up, we have one of the most highly anticipated free agents again in running back Austin Davis, 99.
Uh,
I know you were saying you're going after him.
yeah, I am. I really want him, but I'm almost positive he won't sign here because he's been leaving me on read. So,
That's not good.
no, that's not good. I'm gonna go with the Shamrocks because their running backs. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Shamrocks too. Actually, B is their current one, but he's retiring. So
Yeah, he's old. They had Gabriel King, I think.
they
He was
did.
very. Yeah, I think so.
King was a Sandstorm for life.
Yeah. So he's very good.
Yeah, Davis would be a huge signing for.
Oh wait, did I say Shamrocks?
Yeah. Oh, you mean
Oh,
Sandstorms?
I meant
Oh,
Sandstorm.
oh, I think he's
He's.
gonna go to the Shamrocks.
I could see both, but yeah, I meant Sandstorm.
Yeah, I could see Sandstorms too, but I think they want to stick. I know they drafted Watts, right? I think top 10 last year.
Yeah, I don't think he's panned out this season. He didn't
Yeah.
have a very strong season, although being the starter, he kind of had a weak start to his career. But I mean, I think the Sandstorms do want to stick with him, but they also want to win. And if they want to win now, then Watt's not the answer. But if they want to,
Yeah.
or if they do, then they'll go after Davis to have a really nice running back.
Next up, fullback Eric Lewis, 85. Top
Well,
fullback in the
yeah,
class.
he's probably the best fullback or one of the best fullbacks in the league.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we know, fullbacks don't get paid big money. But I'll say he goes to a team like the Pandas or the Shires who don't really have a great running back, so he will get some touch.
Yeah, I'll say he goes to the White Bears to be the fullback for Jacob Parker. Try to make that a
Yeah,
dynamic 1-2 punch.
yeah, I can see it.
Next up, we have the former or this year's Defensive Player of the Year, which is Chase Gonzalez.
Oh, he's shoot. Now he wants to win. If like he's won before, but he wants to keep his winning tradition alive.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say he goes to a team like that's. I'm gonna say he resigns. Actually, wait, no, I'm stupid. He just went south. I'm gonna say Flames.
Flames. Um, this is one of the ones I could see you getting. I think you can get. I'll give him to the Alligators here. Chase
Oh,
Gonzalez.
a big four cornerback of Gonzalez, King, Thomas, and Guerrero. That's
That'd
dangerous.
be a sick combo. So I'm
It
gonna say
would.
you go after Chase Gonzalez to get your. You love a million wide receivers, so I feel like you might try to get a million cornerbacks too.
No, I just like my wide receivers. That's good.
So next up we have another K9 cornerback in Jalen Swift.
That's got to be K9's actual player. Am I correct?
Nope.
I thought he was all the Swifts.
No,
Swifts.
that's Malcolm Leonard Jr.
Oh, is he not Phil Swift?
No, K9's is Phil Swift.
Okay. uh, now, Malcolm Leonard, his players are usually, for the most part, pretty, like, loyal. So, I could see him resigning. Will he? No. He's going to go to an upcoming team like the Shire.
I'm gonna go with he goes to the Shamrocks or to the Monarchs now.
I could see that, yeah.
Next up we have Aiden Laverty, wide receiver, 86 overall.
Levert. Hold up. Okay, I'll be right. I'm gonna go get a glass of water, and I'll be right back, sir.
Alrighty.
Okay, sir. Be right back.
All right, so everyone's still listening to the podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. We're about halfway done with all the free agents. Um, so yep, probably skip ahead and skip over some of the not as good ones in the near future. But yeah, and hopefully I can.
Hi, sir.
All right.
I am back and ready for action. Let's go. We're on Aiden Laberte.
Yep.
You know, he's pretty good, but I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna say he goes to the. I'm gonna say he goes to a team that really needs wide receivers for a young quarterback. So either the Shires or the Express or the Sparks.
And I'm gonna guess he resigns.
I could see that.
Next up, we have quarterback Travis Berger, who's probably not gonna be active, but if he is, where do you think he will go?
So he's their starter. If, like I said, if Joe Cam does get traded, the Marauders,
All right, so
and he's gonna get overpaid a lot.
I'm gonna say he resigns with the Canines.
I could see that.
Next up, we have safety Devontae Swift. And I think all the Swift brothers are going to go to the Monarchs. So I'll just, because we're going to do both of them. So we also have, just to let you know, we have cornerback Dante Swift, too, and safety Devontae. So I think they're going to all go to the same place. But
they might.
That's what they all went to the Canines. I know they started their career split up, but they all ended up getting traded to the Canines and both re-signed. So, so where do you think those two are going to go?
I'm gonna agree with you. They both go to the Shamrocks.
Next up, defensive end F.J. Guerrera. He was top 5 in sacks this year for the first time in his career. Had a breakout year. So, where do you think he's going to end up?
What team is he plays for?
The Canines.
What's his name again?
F.J. Guerrera.
Oh, that's Guerrera. I can see he wants to go to the Redcoats or the Gators, because I think he wants to play with his brother, and he wants to get paid. Actually, he wants to get paid big money.
Yeah.
I'm in cap hell right now. So I'm gonna say he goes to the.
I'm gonna probably guess the Flames.
I really don't know, to tell you the truth. I really don't.
All right, so next up then we have wide receiver Escalade Hill from the Mad Dogs, 81.
I'm pretty positive I know where he's going.
You think he's gonna sign with you?
Oh, I'm positive, basically.
I'm gonna go. He goes to a rebuilding team. I'm gonna say he ends up going to the Dragons.
You're wrong. Okay, next person.
Next up we have quarterback D'Anthony Carter Jr. 80 overall of the Marauders. He spent last year as a backup, but he's had a pretty good history. He was the starter before Cam got there. He's been he's been pretty good.
I don't know why they replaced him. He's very good. He's young, and he still has potential. By not being like he's being a fourth year guy.
Yep.
Shoot. I can see him. Shoot. The Night Crawlers possibly, or the Sparks to help. Actually, not the Sparks. Night Crawlers.
Nightcrawlers. I'm gonna go with the Pandas there. I think the Pandas are gonna go find him as their future starter to replace. You know, they had Cam. Now they go get Carter Jr.
Yeah, I can see that.
Next up, we have inside linebacker Kingston Walker, 93 overall.
Kingston Walker. Where is he? There he is.
Marauders.
Wait. Yeah, I know. I just can't. There he is. Well, he brings a lot of experience to the locker room. Like,
yep,
he's
definitely.
old. He's not the best anymore, but he's a very good locker room guy and can still start. But I think he likes it in Marauders. As in a recent interview I had with him, he said he very much likes the situation there. So I can see him resigning for a 1 or 2 year deal to finish out his career as a Marauder and hopefully win at least one.
Mm, yep, I like that signing. I could definitely see it. Um, I think I'm gonna go with. Though I think he definitely likes the situation. I think he does want to try to get a ring before he retires. So I think he's gonna go to the missions.
That'd be very smart. By
Yeah, he's gonna be a big. He's a big name for agent. He's gonna be a big key contributor next year, I think.
yeah, I agree.
Next up, we have wide receiver Sienna Walker, 82 overall.
Is that a girl or is that just a girl's name?
Girl's name.
I uh I don't know.
I'm gonna
I'm
say.
gonna.
Oh, yep.
Oh, you can go. You can go
I think that she's gonna team up with her other player, Gwen Walker in DC.
for the Express.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Shire.
Shires.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Next up, running back John Jobson, 86 overall.
For the mission. Now, this is a player last year got passed around a lot. So
Yeah.
he wants to stay somewhere.
Yeah, I think he wants to
He
sign
got
a big
traded.
contract.
Yeah, because he got traded from the Redcoats to the Gators to the Missions. No, I think he
No, to
got
the
traded.
Golden Knights, the missions.
Yeah, I forgot about the Golden Knights. But yeah, so he got traded a lot, 4 times 1 year. That's not something you want to be known for. So he wants to stay somewhere, and he wants to stay somewhere long term. I can definitely see the missions re-signing, although I don't think it's gonna happen. And I could see the Shamrocks or the Sandstorm going after him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he goes back to London and goes to the Redcoats.
They have. Oh wait.
Millions, but Millions is taking the year off. I think they're gonna
Yeah.
get. They might end up parting ways with Millions in some form, and go back to Jobson because it was pretty good when it lasted until they traded him.
It was.
Next up, wide receiver Zion Williamson, 81 overall.
I thought he was a basketball player. I don't know what he's doing here, but
No, he's taken to the NFL,
well, he's obviously not making as much money as he would in foot or basketball. But
so he's gonna go after a big contract then, I guess.
yeah, he could have won a lot. Uh, uh, I can definitely see him going to the Elks, but I'm gonna say the Mad Dogs.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna say he goes back to the team that drafted him and go to the Waves.
That would be good.
Next up, tight end Paris Ponikarsky, 99. Another very anticipated player. What's your predictions on him? You there?
I'm gonna go with a very, very bold statement.
Yep.
I'm gonna say he goes to the Sparks, the team up with JD Winslow.
That'd be a pretty epic signing.
It would be.
I hope
Although
that happens, but I'm gonna
I do
say
too.
he goes to the Gyro Falcons and goes back. He was really good there with the Gyro Falcons. He seemed to really fit in with the system.
Yeah.
Was a good locker room guy. I think he's gonna like it there a lot and want to return there. I don't think he's gonna resign with the Missions.
Oh, I'm pretty positive he won't.
Next up,
Alright.
we have running back. Oh, this is my guy, Hester Delgado, 88 overall.
Hi, Hester Delgado. This is the GM of the Alligators. You interested in signing here?
No, he wants to start. He's an 88.
He would still. I'm joking. I'm not overly interested in him. I'm gonna say, well, this is your player, so, and I'm knowing from last free agency, you're gonna go to whoever gives him the most money.
or who's ever the
So
worst team. Those are the
yeah,
two factors. So what do you think? What do you think's gonna give me the most money then?
Shires or Dragons probably,
Mm.
or Avengers.
I think Hester Delgado is gonna end up as a star. I hope he goes to the
Of
stars.
course you fucking do. You.
That's the goal.
Why do you like the Stars so much?
Cause they're so fun.
But they're so bad.
That's why they're the best.
The Bears are like the worst team, or the Blizzards. Why don't you like them?
Cause they're not as fun. They're not bad every year, and they're more recent. These guys have been
Have
bad
you?
forever.
That's true.
There hasn't been one year where they've had more than like 5 wins, and they've been around since season 4. This is their 10th year. So,
That's not funny. That's sad.
I know.
I feel bad.
Next up, kicker Jake Griffin, 86 overall.
Hmm. Can you hear me now? Sorry, my mic unplugged.
Yeah. So
I
kicker Jake Griffin, 86.
honestly, I'm gonna say he Nightcrawlers.
Nightcrawlers, yeah, I'm gonna say he resigns
Yeah.
too.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying. I just said Nightcrawler. Yeah, I'm gonna say resigns actually.
Next up, middle linebacker Luke Castle.
Uh, he's gonna sign with either the Avengers or the Venom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with he signs with the Venom.
Can we do? Can we talk about like the Super Bowl stuff after this or no?
Sure.
I
Or we can just start a new one and just make it the next one, and then we can post this one after.
yeah.
We'll make it work. Next up, cornerback Anderson Cam, former #1 overall pick. Hits
Was
the
he a
market.
bust or no?
He's an 81. He's kind of done what he's supposed to do. He hasn't developed perfectly, but there's no reason to think he's a bust yet.
Is that Cam?
Yep.
This guy?
Yep.
Well, basically, every one of his players has been interested in coming here, but I'm gonna say he wants to go to the person that offers him most money, and a team that is kind of lacking at the cornerback position is the what's his name, Sandstorm.
So you
Because
go to
other than
Sandstorms?
Jalen Johnson, who's in my opinion getting way overpaid, they do not really have a cornerback too. So
Yeah,
I
that
could
was a problem this
definitely,
year for sure.
yeah, which that's probably why they in the divisional round because like our team, we have like really good wide receivers down the board, and while their Jalen Johnson could guard our guys, they didn't really have anyone that could guard anyone
Yeah, I think
else.
Ryan Verchu's like their #2, and I think they have Dalton Price Page as their 3. It's
Dalton Price Page is a flame. I know that.
so then they don't even have him anymore. Yeah, they're a rough unit. But I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with he goes to another rough cornerback unit for a top heavy team, which is the Missions.
I yeah I can see that.
Next up, we have offensive tackle Trent Hart, 85 overall. I think he's on
That's a
the
panda,
Redcoats.
correct?
No, Redcoats.
Oh, we're skipping over the pandas. Disrespectful.
No, Pandas didn't have any. Oh, they had Ryan Boland, but he's Burger. He's not gonna sign, so it doesn't even matter.
So who'd you say?
Um, Trent Hart, offensive tackle, 85.
Trent Hart. Let me find him real quick. Trent Hart. Oh, there. If Redcoats becomes active again. Wait, Malik Arnett's on the Red. Okay.
No, he's just there twice.
Oh, is he on my team still?
Yeah.
Trent Hart. If the Redcoats become active before free agency, he's gonna get the bag for the Redcoats. But if like the Gyro Falcons don't re-sign any of their other guys that are linemen, then I definitely seen him getting a huge contract from the Gyro Falcons.
I think he's gonna end up going to the Stars. Legit prediction. I think he'll be a star. I like the signing.
Debatable.
I like the signing. Next up, Oh, we get to another 99 overall. Tyler Master. Lifelong Sandstorm, but rumors buzzing he might leave.
I'm gonna go with a very, very bold prediction.
Yep.
I'm gonna say he goes to the Shires.
To the Shires. That'd be interesting. But every time he's been a free agent, there's been a lot of rumors he'd leave. So I'm gonna guess. He stays in Phoenix and returns to the Sandstorms.
That's a possibility.
Next up, we have center Harrison Hayworth, 85 overall.
I see him re-signing for sure.
Resign for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say he resigns as well. Next up, we have 90 overall Dayron Madison.
I also see him re-signing as well.
I think he's gonna end up being a Nightcrawler.
Uh, you're high. He's not.
Yep. I'm gonna go with his old player played with the Nightcrawlers. Had a pretty good history there with Daquan Madison as a Nightcrawler. I think he's gonna return Dayron into New Jersey. So next up,
That's a possibility.
we have linebacker Jack Griffin,
Okay, here's the
99
thing.
overall.
Like 2 off seasons ago, I deadass offered him 50 mil per. I wanted him so bad.
And he didn't
And
sign.
he's no. He is the most loyal player I have ever known in my life. That's Cubs player, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I offered him like 50 mil per. So he's definitely resigning for like 1 mil per.
Yeah, he breaks the resign. He signs a 1 year deal for the last like 5 years ish. So, but I think that this might be the year he leaves. There's constantly been rumors buzzing, and I think he goes to the Alamo to team up with the other 99 pass rusher, Xander Kane, to form one of the best duos in league history.
That would be scary.
That would be a scary combo.
That would be Drew Pierce's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't be able to sleep. Next up,
Who's next?
we have another 99, the third 99 in Sandstorm, which is Kayvon Carter II.
I've heard rumors he's gonna retire.
Retire.
I've heard rumors about that, but I don't know. Who does? I've heard he wants to team up with. Wait, where does Alan Knight play for?
The Missions.
Then I can see him going to the Missions because I've heard rumors he wants to play there, or not play there, but play with Alan Knight.
I'm gonna go a little bold here, and I'm gonna say Kayvon Carter goes back to the team that he started his career with, and goes to the Avengers. So
I don't see that. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but like, I just do not see it happening. But I mean, like you said, it's a bold statement.
it's bold. I can see him going to the Shires too. He also used to play there, so maybe he wants to return. But I'm gonna go with the Avengers. Next up, another young wide receiver, or not another one, but a definite young receiver, Alex Cruz, 78 overall.
I swear he retired.
Nope.
I'm gonna say he resigns. He likes it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he resigns with Phoenix as well.
Yeah, he has a good relationship with Donald Duck, and I think if he ever becomes active, he can definitely.
Yeah, he
convince
said
him
he's
to
gonna be
stay.
active again. He posted on a story tonight, like an hour before we started this.
Oh, for real?
Mhm.
Oh, did not know that.
Next up, Jackson Dragneel, 79 receiver for the Shamrocks, now Monarchs.
We're on the Shamrocks now. Give me 1 second. He's a 79 wide receiver. What'd you say his name was?
Jackson Dragneel.
Dragneel?
Mhm.
Where is he?
He's young. I think he's 22 now.
I found he says 21. He'll be 22.
Yep.
He has endless potential. I don't think he can reach that potential with the Shamrocks. As in my opinion, they're not using him right, and he doesn't really fit in their system. No, I think he would be a good fit for the Sparks or the White Bears, but I'm gonna say he goes to the Sparks.
Yeah, I actually really like that prediction, so I'm gonna go with the Sparks too. I say he goes to Seattle.
Yeah,
Next up, we have center John Linkenbach, 86
that's a
overall.
shark, right?
No, that's yeah, it's the Sharks guy who owns the player, but he's on the Shamrocks now, Monarchs.
Uh, 86 center. Oh, there he is. He's so that's a bunch of players, right?
Mhm.
I can see him signing with us, but I'm gonna go with. I'm also gonna go with him going to the Sparks.
Sparks. I'm gonna say he ends up in the Golden Falcons.
The Golden Knights or Falcons? You cut out.
Falcons. I'm gonna say he replaces. They had food please for a bit, and then they ended up getting
They got Don
Austin
Hogue.
Boland, and then they lost Boland to the Missions last year. So I say they replace him with another star center.
I can see that because they traded Food Please last year
Yeah,
for Don Hogue after he requested a trade from the Sharks.
yeah, that was a good trade for them. Dom Hogue
It
was a big pickup
was, yeah, that was a robbery because there was a big difference in their skill.
and age. I mean, it was
Yeah,
it was a dream trade for
yeah, it
the.
was.
So next up, we have we're on the Sharks now. Quarterback Kemper Klein, 84 overall.
Kemper Klein. I think he wants to stay with the Sharks, but to be quite honest with you, Mr. Deli, I really don't like what the Sharks are doing right now. And also, I don't think they know. Wait, they're retiring this year.
Mm-hmm. This is his final year, so they're gonna try to get a new owner, but
Yeah, he was. Did he ever make the playoffs or?
he used to own the Shires when they were really good. So he made him with the Shires. I think he made it once with the Sharks and got blown out in the first round.
I then the Waves. I'm gonna go with the
The
Waves.
Waves. I'm gonna say he goes to the Bears.
Why they have Jalen Ball?
Oh, you're right. They do have Jalen Ball. I keep forgetting about
Uh,
him.
You know how much Duck rides Jalen's Ball's dick? It's not even funny. It's like not funny. Cause like on my old, I was what was I the overtime in the comp like I put a post. It was like the three players that'll be Hall of Famers, and he made a probably 2 paragraph.
Hang on, why Jalen Ball?
Argument. Yeah, it was laughable to say the least.
I'm gonna go with the Copperheads actually. I think
Oh,
because they
I
need a quarterback. It makes
they
sense. Cooper
do.
McDavid's been a long time starter in Carolina, but I think his time's coming up soon. 1 year
Yeah.
left on his deal. I think it's a mutual interest for those two to part ways, so I'm going to say he replaces him in Carolina.
I agree with you,
Next
Mr.
up,
Deli.
we have free safety Fletcher Hames of the Stars right now.
Do the Shires not have anyone?
Um, they have a few, but they're really bad, so I'm not even going to touch them. We have Alex McSorley. I have Carson Collins here, but you said he's on a contract, right? So then it's not
Yeah,
Carson
he's under
Collins.
contract. So you said who for the Stars?
Fletcher Hames, the safety.
Fletcher.
I think he's last on the list if I remember correctly.
He is second to last. No, like players or teams are gonna want to bring him in as a like to not really play much, or maybe start on a team that lacks safeties, but just to help some of their younger defensive cornerbacks or safeties develop. So I could see him maybe signing with a team like the. I can see him going to the Venom actually.
I'm going to say he re-signs with the Legendary Stars.
They're not legendary. Come on,
They
you
are
gotta.
the best team in the league. So next up, we're on the Waves now. We have another one of my players, defensive tackle Hashira Delgado.
Well, he's very good. Um, I'm gonna say. Mm, I don't. I'm gonna let you answer this one. Where is he going?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna guess as of now he's gonna re-sign with the Waves.
Of course. Okay. Why do you want to play on the bad teams?
Because I don't want my players to go to a good team and be a contributor.
That's stupid.
Because then people will yell
Uh,
at me if that team wins. So that's why they're all going to the stars. So they can happily lose together. Final one on the list. We have running back Trey Sexton, 79 overall.
Who?
Trey Sexton, I think on the White Bears, but I'm not sure.
No, I heard you, but who?
Oh, that's at Amari Lewis. That's his.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amari. I know who you are. Um, I hope he doesn't watch this.
Never signs with you again.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Well, they had Bodie McCombs, but they traded him. But I'm gonna say he re-signs with the Waves, because I honestly like what the Waves are doing. Their roster is they're paying Jacob Parker 29. Jesus.
Yeah, the White Bears have a one bad contract on roster.
Jesus Christ, he's 32.
Yeah, they kind of inked him long term, but he's been good at least. So that's something.
I'm gonna say he resigns
I'm gonna say he
or
ends up
goes to
going
the
to the
Bears.
Waves. All
Yeah, I
right.
could see that.
So that's it for the free agency. I hope you guys all enjoyed the podcast. Thanks for stopping by, Alligators.
You're welcome, sir.
And hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Peace.
Goodbye.